Movsar Evloev takes shots at Alexander Volkanovski. Movsar is done being overlooked, and now he's coming straight for the king. In a recent interview with Mike Perry, Evloev didn't hold back, warning Volk that his reign is nearing its end. The undefeated Russian made a bold claim, saying he has better wrestling and hits harder than Volk. That last part raised some eyebrows, especially considering Evloev is known for his grappling-heavy approach, not his stand-up. But here's the kicker. Movsar said he has no plans to wrestle in that fight. He's so confident in his striking that he wants to beat Volk at his own game. Now, sure, it's a bold claim, but Evloev has every reason to feel himself right now. He's racked up massive wins over top-tier names like Arnold Allen, Aljamain Sterling, and Diego Lopez. All that paints a pretty interesting picture going into a potential Volk fight. Alex thrives on pace, pressure, and shutting down his opponent's weapons. But Movsar is a guy who pushes a suffocating pace, rarely makes mistakes, and now claims he's adding power striking to the mix. That's a scary combo. What do you think about this potential fight? Leave your comments below.
I'll just push him to the wall. So don't let him run from me. Yeah, to don't let him move. Yeah. And then he have to like do exchanging with me. So then he will tire, or I'll break him. Because I think I know that I have bigger power, better wrestling, and I can control this guy 5 rounds or finish on the ground. For last fight with the Aljo, I was focused almost for 100% for striking, because UFC only talking about I have no finish, I have like just wrestling style. So I was trying to show them that I have good striking also. But on this fight, I cannot show it because my opponent just take me down. I can promise them that I'm not gonna take down anyone if they give me a title shot.
Michael Bisping thinks the UFC is lining up a banger for International Fight Week. Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis. According to Bisping, all signs point to this clash headlining the summer spectacle, and he's all in for it. Khamzat versus DDP is shaping up to be a fascinating clash of styles and momentum. DDP comes in as the reigning middleweight champ, making his 3rd title defense after a gritty, if not thrilling win over Sean Strickland. Khamzat, on the other hand, hasn't fought since his dominant first-round demolition of former champ Robert Whittaker, a performance that reminded everyone just how dangerous he can be early, and that's the key here, early. Khamzat's explosiveness in the first round is arguably unmatched. He closes distance fast, wrestles like a madman, and hits hard. That kind of intensity can overwhelm most fighters, but Dricus isn't most fighters. Du Plessis might not be flashy, but he's durable, awkward in a way that works for him, and carries serious power deep into fights. Over 5 rounds, he becomes a real problem, especially if he weathers the storm early. His gas tank and resilience have broken opponents before, and if Khamzat starts to slow down, DDP has all the tools to turn the tide.
Speaking of International Fight Week, this is not based on any insider knowledge from the UFC. I've got a feeling that we're going to see Khamzat Chimaev taking on Dricus du Plessis. Of course, Khamzat, unbelievable force of nature, the way that he took out Robert Whittaker. He's undefeated. He hasn't been too busy lately, but the way that he destroyed Robert Whittaker, you know, that stamp that he put on that fight, crushing his teeth out, of course, you know, give the man a title fight and give him Dricus du Plessis on International Fight Week. That's a close fight. Dricus du Plessis, I think, would be by far the toughest fight. That sounds stupid because, of course, he is the champion, you know, but Khamzat's blown through most people. All right, there was Usman on very short notice, and then there was also Gilbert Burns, and of course the title fight's 5 rounds, so I would favour Dricus du Plessis in that matchup. But that's a perfect fight for International Fight Week.
Khamzat Chimaev just dropped some serious news while speaking to Russian media in Abu Dhabi. While Dana White has yet to make it official, Khamzat made it clear that his next fight will be for the middleweight title against Dricus du Plessis, and he's already deep into preparation mode. During his interview with Usha Taika, Khamzat didn't hold back. He fired shots at DDP, calling him a bad version of himself and claiming the South African champ is actually easier to deal with than previous champions like Sean Strickland. He broke it down, saying that while Dricus is physical and has a wrestling base, Khamzat and his team have the superior technique and counter wrestling to not only take him down, but keep him there. But the real bombshell? Jon Jones is joining Khamzat's training camp. Instagram. Here's what Khamzat said, quote, "This is his peak now. You could say that he is a bad version of me. I'll be back soon and take him down. For me, he is easier than other fighters. Sean Strickland gets up well, and Dricus is a wrestler, but more physical. We have the technique, wrestling, counter wrestling to take him down and hold him. I spoke to Jon Jones this week. He will be coming here and we'll train together," end quote. Joe Rogan weighed in on this highly anticipated title clash. Speaking on the JRE Fight Companion, Rogan praised Khamzat's elite level wrestling, calling it some of the very best in the sport. But despite the praise, Rogan held back from making a definitive pick. Instead, he raised the key question: can Dricus stop the takedown? Because when it comes to Khamzat, it's not just about timing, it's about that freakish burst. Rogan noted how Khamzat shoots from absurd distances and still manages to grab hold of legs like it's nothing. He also pointed out something many have been saying for a while, that middleweight might be Khamzat's true home. At 185, there's no brutal weight cut draining his gas tank. Rogan believes this version of Khamzat could be even more dangerous, with better cardio and more explosiveness now that he's not depleting himself to make welterweight. With Dana White seemingly giving the green light and Khamzat already in camp, joined soon by none other than Jon Jones, the middleweight division could be in for a serious shakeup. While the hype around Khamzat versus Dricus continues to build, fans were dealt an unfortunate blow when an injury to du Plessis reportedly nixed their planned title fight at UFC 317. The middleweight showdown, which was expected to headline UFC's International Fight Week this June, now seems to be postponed, according to veteran MMA journalist Kevin Yole. Although it's still unofficial, it looks like the eagerly anticipated clash will be bumped to later in the year. Dricus has consistently shown confidence in his upcoming title defense against Khamzat, emphasizing his belief that the Chechen's aggressive style won't be enough to overcome his own strength and endurance. Du Plessis has stated that he doesn't fear Khamzat's wrestling and plans to engage him on the ground, a strategy he believes will expose his limitations in later rounds. He has also downplayed the Chechen's reputation as an unstoppable force, suggesting that the perception of Khamzat as a boogeyman is overblown and that his own legacy will be enhanced by defeating him. DDP is eager to face Khamzat, viewing the fight as an opportunity to solidify his legacy and prove his dominance in the middleweight division. With UFC 317 now in need of a new main event after Dricus du Plessis' injury nixed his title fight against Khamzat, we want to hear from you. What do you think would be the best fight to headline UFC's International Fight Week in June? Makhachev versus Topuria maybe? Jones Aspinall? Let us know your thoughts and predictions. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for your daily dose of MMA news.